everyone, today I'm going to show you one way to take a old cardboard box and turn it into a more decorative box. You can use any box that you want. This is just one from Amazon from something that came in the mail. You're going to want to take off as many of the labels as you can. Make sure that your bottom is sealed. Depending on how you open it, I just use a piece of packing tape to make it strong. On the inside, I put some packing tape to get the flaps to stay down, and the top flaps I folded in. You could also cut them off if you wanted to, but I just folded mine in. So, you're going to need a box, glue gun rather, extra glue sticks, rope or twine. I only had a thinner twine today, so that's what I'm going to use. I usually like using a thicker rope or a thicker piece of twine because I just like the way that that looks better, and also it goes quicker. And scissors for cutting your rope or twine. You can do whatever you want. So I'm going to show you how to do it. It's very simple. We're literally gluing the twine onto the box and wrapping it around, and just keep gluing and wrapping. So I'll show you a little bit, and then I'll pause it so I can finish it, and then I'll come back on to show you what it looks like when it's done. In the meantime, if I can find the opening to my twine. It's always useful. I got this particular one at the Dollar Tree, but you can get it from anywhere. Okay, so I usually unravel a bit to get it, just so I have a good tail to work with. And then you're going to put a line of hot glue on the bottom of one side. And then you're going to, careful, you will probably burn yourself. I always burn myself on hot glue. I feel like that's part of working with hot glue, is you just burn yourself. But try not to. One good thing about the box being brown is my twine is brown. So if you miss a tiny little spot, it won't be as obvious because you're working with the same color. So you're just going to go around, adding the twine, and just keep wrapping it around. So I'll show you this one more side, and then I'll pause it so I can finish, and then I'll come back to show you what it looks like when it's done. If you have a pair of tweezers, you could of course use the tweezers to push the twine down to, or the rope, whichever you're working with. Like I said, I usually like working with a thicker rope, just because then it goes quicker, and I also prefer the way that that looks. But this is what I had on hand. So I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, as you can see, I'm almost done. You can see there's a lot of dry glue on this when it's totally cool. You can peel it off or use a utility knife to cut it off. Now, the reason I came back, even though I'm not done, is there's a few options that you have. It has taken me about an hour and a half so far since I paused the video. That's partially because the twine is so thin. If you were using a thicker twine or rope or even a ribbon, it wouldn't take as long because it would take up more space, of course. You can, again, depending on what you're planning on using your box for, you can, after you get all the chunks of glue off, you can leave it as is. You can spray paint it if you wanted a different color. You could add on a burlap bow or a really pretty ribbon bow. Or if you wanted to, you could use a basket liner, in which case you don't have to do the very top of the box because the basket liner will cover it. So that's what this is. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with mine yet, so I haven't decided. I do have a basket liner, which is probably what I will end up putting in mine, so I'm not going to really worry about the top. But cardboard box, roll of twine, and you can see, my ball of twine fell. There we go. I still have a good chunk left. Again, how much you need will depend upon how big your box is, how thick your twine is, if you do want to use a basket liner, so for how far up on top you need to go. And like I said, some of the dry glue you can peel off. Some of it you're going to definitely want a utility knife to get off. As I was doing it, of course, you can see my table's a disaster. I have to clean it. Will get stuck to the box as well, so that's just part of it. But anyway, so yeah, this is cardboard box and cardboard box, and by the time you get the glue off, it'll look like a fancier one that you bought from a home goods store or a craft store, but you will have only spent a couple dollars. I did go through about a third of a bag of 100 glue sticks, so roughly 35 glue sticks. So you definitely are going to want a bigger package of glue sticks. And that's it. All right. I hope to see some of your boxes when you're done.